My name is Brian Wilrich, and I've been a professor at Mohawk College for 5 years. My workload's still manageable. I do spend as much time like a lot of instructors in our department. We do spend a lot of our free time with the students, helping them with big video projects, which is really where they learn a lot, is when you're on location doing the practical stuff. So that I don't mind doing. I really enjoy that process. But the workload has just increased slightly over the past 5 years.
I've been doing ambulance work since 1983, approximately 27 years.
I'm a student at Mohawk College. I'm studying social studies, and this job is essential for me to help pay for my tuition and my education. On top of it, I live by myself, so it is essential for me to help pay for my living expenses. But because I'm not working as many hours as I'd like to, it's hard for me to save up for my future.
Just recently, one of my work colleagues was off work for a period of time, and she was suffering from, that's exactly what they call it, post-traumatic stress disorder. This past summer, the summer of 2009, she was part of the crew that had gone to about 3 or 4 pretty serious calls, and it was accumulative. And they describe it as having a piece of plywood over your head. In every serious call, you put another boulder on top of your head, and until to the point where you can no longer hold that piece of plywood and everything starts to collapse.
Last summer, the LCBO almost went on a strike as the union members and management weren't able to reach an agreement. However, they did reach a contract, but at the time it was detrimental to everyone who worked there. It was an unknown period of time that we could be striking for.
There was a lot of propaganda as far as our last vote, messages daily coming from both the union as well as the college system. So it was really tough to read between the lines and figure out what the facts really were. My feeling is I think we've gone back a few years as far as negotiations and our contract. Our union leaders will tell us we've gone back 30 years in negotiations. Everything we've built up over the past 30 years is gone. So, because I've only been here 5 years, I don't know, but I do think we have taken a slight step backwards.
If I can go back to the 70s where there was no union, and it was very much a very militant sort of operation, where management was basically telling the employees that back then we were referred to as ambulance driver attendants. And what would happen is, an individual would have a concern with management, address the concern, and management would basically say, well, if you don't like it, there's the door, basically to force them out. And since the implementation of unions, there has generated a healthy respect between the employee and the employer.
As far as OPSU is concerned, I was really happy with the way the union handled themselves, very professional. They answered all our questions during the contract negotiations, the whole process. I know some of the union representatives met with us a couple of times here at Mohawk, had a really good presentation, cleared up a lot of questions we had, answered any questions we had, so they were really good. I was really pleased with their level of knowledge and ability and professionalism.
I'm not necessarily getting the hours I want, but I can't complain. It's a phenomenal job and it pays great, and I'm very thankful to have it. It's helping me to save for both my education and my future. My name's Taylor Hall. I work for the LCBO and I'm an OPSU member.
My name is Ian Sudlow. I'm an advanced care paramedic with Halton Region EMS, and I'm also a shop steward with OPSU Local 207.
I'm Brian Wilrich, teacher at Mohawk College and an OPSU member.